As I mentioned earlier, once again, we gather here to listen to our most respected guests, both from the UK and abroad. Some of them have traveled hundreds of thousands of miles to be here with us at this very auspicious occasion. And we welcome all of them, and some of them will be saying a few words this afternoon. So with these remarks, we will start firstly with the selection of two videos. The first message is from Richard Parker, who was elected as the Mayor of West Midlands in 2024. He's also the serving chair of the West Midlands Combined Authority that covers transport, economic development, and regeneration strategy. He's a good friend of the community, and we'll be hearing from him. And the second message is from Archbishop Angelis, who is the Archbishop and the head of the Coptic Orthodox Church. He's a champion of religious freedom, and in 2015 received an OBE for his services to international religious freedom. He's a close friend of the community and often speaks up about peace, interfaith dialogue, and the need to end persecution on the grounds of faith. We'll now listen to these two messages.
I'm Richard Parker, and I'm the new Mayor of the West Midlands. I'm proud that we have 6 Ahmadiyya Muslim community mosques in the region, from Walsall to Wolverhampton and from Halesowen to Birmingham. It's brilliant that I can speak to you today at your annual convention. It really does promote peace, harmony and interfaith dialogue. I'm keen and eager to collaborate with our diverse faith communities to ensure your voices are heard throughout our work. It's vital, especially for our young people, to be part of an inclusive and supportive community where they can thrive. I hope you'll continue this journey with us. You have much to discuss and celebrate today. I wish you a wonderful convention in our brilliant region. Jalsa Mubarak.
Greetings to you all on this very special occasion and at your conference. During these last months, the world has indeed been in need of much prayer. There is much we can do in terms of speaking and activism and advocacy, but we know that the most important power we have is praying to our God. As a Christian, I know that is my strength, that I can pray for the world, and I'm sure that you, as you're gathered there, will be praying for your own community, both here in the United Kingdom and around the world, but also for the world, and for all those who are suffering. We know that faith is an important element of our lives, and yet in so many countries around the world, that faith or belief is being challenged. And so if we as people of faith stand for those of faith, whether our own or others, and represent their right to live with that human dignity that we all hold, and the sanctity of life that we all treasure, the world would be much better. I congratulate you on gathering. I pray you have a very blessed gathering, and I pray with you for our world, that peace may once again reign, and that all those who are afflicted may be comforted, and that we together may rejoice in a world that is created for us. God bless you all.
Thank you very much. So our first speaker who will be speaking from the podium here is Dr. Ibrahim Stevens, who is the Governor of the Bank of Sierra Leone. He previously served as the senior economist at the Bank of England in the UK, and later as a microeconomist advisor to the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development in Rwanda. He is visiting fellow at the Durham University and a visiting fellow at the Queen Mary University of London. He's a close friend of the community and has traveled from Sierra Leone to be here today with us. I welcome him and invite him to come and say a few words.
Dear Uzu, respected Amir, esteemed delegates and members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is indeed with great pleasure and deep reverence that I extend warm greetings from Sierra Leone to all gathered here at this Jalsa Salana, UK. Indeed, this is my fourth time that I have had the opportunity of attending this blessed event, and each time it has been a hugely enriching experience for me. My association with the Jamaat goes back many decades. Tommy Callon, who most of you would know, is the president of the Pan-African Ahmadiyya here in the UK. He's a brother and lifelong friend. I have attended many events of the community, and indeed I was privileged to have an audience with the fourth Caliph Hazrat Mirza Tahir Hamad at the Faisal Mosque in London, and was also honored to meet Huzur, the current Caliph, at the National Peace Symposium at the Baitul Fatul Mosque in Modern. I'm very familiar with the global values of Ahmadiyya, and also I've witnessed firsthand as governor in Sierra Leone some of the remarkable work that you've done in Sierra Leone. The Amir in Sierra Leone is a beacon of togetherness and brings all the faiths together, and I have always participated in your events. Your schools have empowered countless Sierra Leoneans, promoting not just academic excellence, but also moral and spiritual development. Various work that you do carry a lot of weight in the community, and at crisis times, you've stood the test. During Ebola and other natural disasters in Sierra Leone, the community was very supportive of Sierra Leone, and we're very grateful for that. So as you mark the 58th Jalsa Salana UK, let us acknowledge and commend the remarkable developments of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community and renew our collective commitment to the betterment of humanity. May Allah bless this gathering and all your noble endeavors. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you very much. Now it gives me great pleasure to welcome Dr. Remy Ranger, who's a member of the House of Lords. He's the chairman, founder, or patron of a number of organizations, including the chairman of the Pakistan-India UK Friends Forum, chairman of the British Sikhs Association, and patron of the Princesses Trust. In 2005, he was made a member of the British Empire, and 2016, the commander of British Empire for his services to business and community cohesion. He was awarded a lifetime peerage in 2019. He's a very good friend of the Jamaat. It gives me great pleasure to welcome him back to our Jalsa Salana, and I invite him to come and say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of Pakistan, India, and UK Friendship Society, and on behalf of British Sikh Association, I bring you greeting on Jalsa Salana. I have been here many times before, and every time I come, I enjoy myself, the hospitality, the love, and the warmth you extend to all your guests. You are a role model community, doing a great service to the country wherever you go. A lot of charitable work you do, providing medicine, water to African countries. And also in the UK, your sterling work is well appreciated, from Prime Minister to ordinary members of the House of Lords. We are very lucky to be in United Kingdom, a country which accepts diversity, respects diversity, and celebrates diversity. Diversity is the biggest strength of this great country. There are laws against discrimination of any kind. You cannot be discriminated for practicing your faith or joining a political party or taking up a job or business. So therefore, we must salute these people who give us this opportunity to achieve our ambitions and dreams. When I came to this country, I had nothing. Now I have everything. That's a testament of the British sense of tolerance and fair play. And I admire your community for many reasons. One of the reasons is your love for humanity. Your message tells your ethos, love for all, hatred for none. This is exactly what is needed in the world where people are fighting in the name of religion. Religion is a force for good. It should unite humanity and not divide us, especially when we are in United Kingdom, where we have one king and one country, and our destinies are linked in this great country. Therefore, if we all work together in harmony, we will all progress. I am especially thankful to the MTA community for inviting me, and also my very dear friend, Mr. Muzaffar Chaudhry. He is the epitome of love, kindness, and generosity. During the peak of COVID, he drove to my house and brought me medicine to strengthen my immune system. Can you imagine that? I was shocked when my bell rang and I saw Mr. Muzaffar Chaudhry with the medicine with me. He said, please take this and it will improve your immune system. That is the love of the MTA community for humanity. I have worked with Lord Tariq Ahmed of Wimbledon in the Foreign Office. He was the Minister for Foreign Affairs. What a great role model he turned out to be. He discharged his duty magnificently. He was loved by all. Even the rival countries loved him wherever he went. He was loved by Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, all the countries to name where he was representing as a Ahmadiyya Lord made you proud. So that is the strength of religion, which makes people serve other human beings. So you are all here because you have love for your faith. You have come all over the United Kingdom to pay respect to Hazur Sahib. His leadership is remarkable. I enjoy his speeches. His speeches are futuristic, full of vision and judgment. I will urge you to follow the leadership of Hazur Sahib and benefit from his immense wisdom. So once again, I give you best wishes on Jalsa Salana and pray to Almighty, the most magnificent Allah, He bless you, that may you gather every year, a year on year on year, so we can all come together and renew our bond of love and humanity and service and project what our faith teaches us, love all and hatred for none. Assalamu alaikum.
Narae Takbir! Jamaat Ahmadiyya UK!
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Professor Ismatu Ropi, who is the Dean of the Faculty of Ushul Uddin and a Professor of Comparative Religious Studies at the University of Jakarta. He's a good friend of the community and has traveled from Indonesia to be here with us today. I welcome him and invite him to come and say a few words.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It is both a privilege and an honor to address you today in this prestigious gathering, the Jalsa Salana, where we all celebrate not only unity but also enduring contribution of the Ahmadiyya community to the world. As an academic and researcher on religious studies, I have developed close ties with Indonesian Ahmadi community over the years. The deeper my observation and studies, the more apparent it becomes that Ahmadiyya contribution to Indonesia has often been overlooked or minimized or relegated to obscurity. What the Ahmadiyya community in Indonesia has done is unfortunately like a forgotten dot in the writing of Indonesian history. I have witnessed that since Indonesian inception as a sovereign nation, the Ahmadiyya community has played a significant role in shaping of Indonesian cultural, education, and social landscape. From the earliest days of nation building, Ahmadiyya have led effort to advance education, combat poverty, and foster harmony among diverse communities. Their action have transcended rhetorics, profoundly enriching Indonesian society. I also have witnessed firsthand the pivotal role played by the Ahmadiyya community in promoting peace and tolerance. In embodying Islamic teaching, Ahmadi Muslims have been stout advocates for interfaith dialogues and harmony, contributing significantly to Indonesian pluralistic identity. However, despite this commendable contribution, it is disheartening that Ahmadiyya community in Indonesia continue to face unjust marginalization and discrimination. Although in the last few years the condition is gradually improved, it is very clear that for decades they have been unfairly stigmatized and persecuted under the guise of religious orthodoxy. This is a stark contradiction to Indonesia's constitutional commitment to religious freedom. To this end, my position to address this misconception on Ahmadiyya is very clear. Religious freedom is a fundamental rights guarantee in Indonesian pluralistic society. The Ahmadiyya community, like any other religious group, has the right to practice its belief without fear or persecution. Difference in theological interpretation do not warrant labeling them as deviant. It is therefore incumbent upon us to challenge misunderstanding and promote a nuanced understanding of religious diversity within Islam. The Ahmadiyya community's right to exist peacefully and practice their faith freely must be upheld not only in Indonesia but also globally. Here I would like to mention a bit about that next year marks the 100th anniversary of Ahmadiyya in Indonesia. We sincerely hope that Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Al-Khamis may come to celebrate this centennial and bestow blessing and prayer for this country. At the end, I would like to conclude by saying let's celebrate the resilience, contribution, and offering commitment of the Ahmadiyya community to peace and service. Together, let us stand in solidarity against discrimination and uphold principle of justice and religious freedom and tolerance. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Nara Takbir! Islam Ahmadiyya! Jamaat Ahmadiyya Indonesia!
Thank you very much. Our next eminent speaker has come all the way from Taiwan, Dr. Christy Chang, who is the president of Sakaya Deta in Taiwan, an international association for Buddhist women. Currently, Christy is the resident director of the Taipei Study Centers Council on International Educational Exchange. She's a very good friend of the community, and I welcome her and invite her to come and say a few words.
Dali do le soha. Dali do le soha. Dali do le soha. Dali do le soha. Salamu alaikum. Thank you. Ami Tofo from Taiwan. Thank you all for having us here. My husband, Dr. Frank Tian, and I are feeling most privileged, blessed to be the very first two pioneer participants here at this event from Taiwan. Just now, I say Ami Tofo from Taiwan because, well, Ami Tofo is the transliteration of Amitabha, the Sanskrit word Amitabha, which means infinite light and infinite life. Here, for the past few days, I'm feeling the same infinite light and life of Allah through all your genuine, beautiful smiles, your very friendly gestures, and your very kind assistance anytime, anywhere around. Thank you all so much. And congratulations now that you have a new Ahmadiyya community in Taiwan. So please feel most welcome to come to Taiwan. And then when you see Buddhists, you say Ami Tofo, they will be very happy. Actually, Ami Tofo is the greeting we Buddhists give to each other, not just in Taiwan, but also in mainland China and any Buddhist community, any Chinese Buddhist community around the world. So it's a very common greeting. Infinite light and infinite life, I wish you all. Love for all and hatred for none. Let us continue to work together for all humankind, for world peace. Let us join hands. We are all under the same infinite light and infinite life of Allah, of Amitabha. Thank you all again. Amitofo. Inshallah.
Nare Takbir. Jamaat Ahmadiyya Alamgir.
Thank you very much, Christy. Our next speaker is Bobby Dean, who is the newly elected Liberal Democrat member of the Parliament for Carshalton and Wallington. Bobby has previously served as a local councillor, and he's also advised charities tackling global poverty. He has participated in a number of our Jamaat events at both at Beth al-Hassan and Beth al-Fatu, where he has attended and has also attended the National Peace Symposium. He's a very good friend of the community, and this is his first Jalsa, and I welcome him and invite him to come and say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for inviting me today. As mentioned, this is my first Jalsa Salana, and I am amazed at the scale of the event you've got here. So congratulations to the organisers, to the staff, to the volunteers who've all helped the event run so smoothly today. It's an incredible sight, not only here in this room, but across the world. I can see the images in front of me here. It's a truly global event, and congratulations to you all for your organisation. I'm a new MP, but I've been a candidate for several years, and I've been getting to know your community, and I've seen how much hard work that you put in, the charity work, the community work, the dedication to community cohesion and peace. It's been astounding to learn about your community, and I hope to continue to learn more over time. There's, of course, that central focus on peace, and that slogan that is often repeated, but always so meaningful, of love for all and hatred for none. And in the world that we're living in right now, that couldn't be more important to continue to repeat. So I appreciate that big focus on peace as we face so much conflict in the world today, and I hope to continue promoting that message as I go forward. I've been lucky enough to go to previous events, including the National Peace Symposium, to listen to His Holiness words, and I look forward to hearing him again later on today. But for now, just to say thank you for inviting me here today. It's been awe-inspiring to see the scale of the event, and I hope to build the relationship with you in the community in the future. Thank you.
Nare Takbir! Jamaat Ahmadiyya UK!
Thank you, Robert. Thank you very much. Our last speaker this afternoon is Right Honourable Reverend Bishop Philip Stephen, who is the Bishop of Winchester. Prior to this, he was appointed as the Bishop of Truro in November 2018. He previously also served as the executive leader of the Church Mission Society. He's passionate about the importance of tackling freedom of religious belief. He authored the Truro Report for the UK Foreign Secretary on freedom of religion and persecution of Christians. I'm delighted to welcome him, and I invite him to come and say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. It is a great privilege, a great honor, a great joy to be with you here at this Jalsa Salana. I have been invited many times, but as you may have heard, I used to be Bishop of Truro. That means I was in Cornwall in the far southwest of England, so it was never possible for me to come. But finally I am with you, and it is a great joy to be with you today. As you heard, in 2019, I wrote a report for the Foreign Office on the way, an independent review of the way that the Foreign Office had responded to the issue of the persecution of Christians. But from the very first moments that I was asked to do that, I knew that my recommendations needed to be not about guaranteeing freedom for one community, but about guaranteeing freedom of religion or belief for every community, and indeed for every community that suffers for their faith. And in that light, it's been a great joy for me to work with Farid Ahmed, I think he's over there, and Lord Ahmed of Wimbledon in pursuing that work of guaranteeing freedom of religion or belief for as many people as possible. And I do believe, by the grace of God, that the situation in this country is different, that there is a sensitivity, there is an understanding in this country now about why this issue is so important. And it is my heart that when one community suffers, all communities suffer. When one religious community suffers, all religious communities suffer. And therefore we must all stand for one another in protecting this vital and fundamental and oft threatened freedom in our world today. So I am proud and honoured to stand in solidarity and to stand in partnership with you. If you ask me why at heart I do this, I do it because of this symbol that I wear around my neck. I follow one, Isa in Islam, who was persecuted and executed for his belief in God. And therefore, I have too to stand in solidarity with everyone who is persecuted and suffered for their faith. So therefore, I stand in solidarity. I'm proud to stand in solidarity with the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. God bless you, and Jalsa Mubarak. Thank you very much.
Nare Takbir! Jamaat Ahmadiyya UK!
Thank you very much. Now we have a couple of video messages. The first one is from Fleur Anderson, who is the Member of Parliament for Putney, home to Fazal Mosque. She's currently serving in the government as the Parliamentary Under-Secretary for Northern Ireland. Fleur has been the Secretary of All-Party Parliamentary Group for the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. She also visited Pakistan last year as a part of a delegation, including Rabwa, to highlight the persecution of Ahmadi Muslims and other faiths. And we will be listening to her shortly. The second video message is from Right Honourable Sir Ed Davey, MP, who is the leader of the Liberal Democrat Party. He has previously served as the Secretary of State for Energy and Climate Change and is the Vice Chair of the APPG from the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. He is a long-standing friend of the Jamaat who has met Hazur Anwar many times and sought Hazur's counsel and will be well known to many of you as well. Now let us listen to these messages.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Fleur Anderson, the MP for Putney, Roehampton, Southfield and Wandsworth Town, and I want to send my heartfelt greetings to everyone participating in this year's Jalsa Salana. I'm really sorry I can't be with you, but I thank you so much for inviting me to so many events locally throughout the year, celebrating Eid, peace and many other events. Jalsa is truly an impressive moment of immense joy, gathering so many members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community from every corner of the globe. The Ahmadiyya community has been such an asset to our local area, and I'm so glad to be able to work with so many of you locally and in Parliament. I hope you have a wonderful time together, and I wish you all the best.
Assalamu alaikum. I hope you're having a fantastic Jalsa Salana. I wish I was with you in person, but I'm grateful to His Holiness and the team organising this year's Jalsa that have allowed me to make this video. I want to thank the community for the work you do in the UK, contributing to our society, raising so much money for charity, but also the work you do across the world through Humanity First and so many of your organisations. Like people from across politics, I want to stand by the community in the face of the persecution, discrimination that you face. We will always stand up for freedom of religion and to make sure that religious people are not persecuted wherever they are in the world. But I also want to thank you for the work you do on peace, particularly the message of His Holiness about the importance of always striving for peace. That's never been more needed, with the appalling catastrophe, of course, in Gaza. We need that immediate ceasefire so the killing can stop, so the aid can come in, so that hostages can be released, and we can move towards the talks for a two-state solution to bring permanent peace. But we need peace in so many of the parts of the world as well, not just the Middle East. We need peace in Ukraine, the illegal invasion by President Putin. We need peace in Yemen, peace in Sudan. And that's why the message of love for all, hate for none is so important. As leader of the Liberal Democrats, I want to pledge my support to that mission, so the true message of Islam can be known by many, many more people. We can work across religions to secure the peace that we all want. So thank you very much to you for the work you do, and I look forward to continuing to work with you over the months and years ahead. Thank you.